Hi guys, it's SkintBoot here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you guys is a No Man's Sky video. And in today's video, what I'm going to be looking into is some more speculation once again, but this time at the possibility of a Christmas themed update or some sort of content drop that ties into the season. For this video, I want to look at the probability of an update dropping this month and the possible additions which it could add in fitting with the festive season. So without further ado, please do sit back and relax. Let's get started. Okay, so I think it's only right to begin with a short introduction with No Man's Sky's most recent two updates, the Abyss update and Visions, and how they have somewhat tied into two big holidays. First up, the Abyss update. This update was released on the 29th of October, 2 days before Halloween. The Abyss update focused on making underwater more varied, easier to navigate, and of course, scarier. The update is hailed as an important step in the journey of No Man's Sky, and rightfully so. Underwater was very much in need of some attention, and the Abyss update did exactly that. However, this update coincided with the season, Halloween, a time often associated with scary stuff. The update focused on making a part of No Man's Sky scarier, or in Hello Games' words, eerier, much like what Halloween does to basically the entire world. Even the logo of the Abyss update was extremely Halloween-esque and drew some massive inspiration from classic horror titles and TV shows and things like that. The Abyss update was an obvious tie-in to Halloween, but the update released after the Abyss update, Visions, has slightly less clear-cut connections to a precise holiday. It has been argued that Visions was mostly linked to Thanksgiving, an important celebration in America due to its introduction of fireworks and looking into the past of No Man's Sky. It's kind of a long shot, you know, I'm not going to pretend like this is really fucking obvious, but Visions did drop 1 day before Thanksgiving on the 21st of November. Coincidence? Maybe. Hotel? Trafalgar, that's a shit name, sorry. But if we assume that the recent major updates for No Man's Sky have been at least inspired by real-world celebrations, then surely it's right for an update to release close to Christmas that adds some content associated with festivities. It does make a great deal of sense, not only because Christmas, in my opinion, is so much better than Halloween, fuck Halloween, honestly, but because Hello Games could add so much that ties in with the season. So in terms of likelihood of a Christmas themed update dropping, or an update dropping at the end of December in general, I think it's pretty damn likely. I'm not saying it will definitely happen because sadly I'm not lucky enough to know inside information. Or am I? I'm not saying. But in terms of the update itself, it's reasonable to assume that it won't be a huge update like better multiplayer or variety or anything like that, because realistically, Hello Games would release it only a month and a bit after Visions. If this update were to release, it would likely be a small one that doesn't address a huge aspect of the game, since if this was the case, it would release after way more than a month. However, if we now talk about the actual content that could be added, I think the general vibe or focus of the update would be on immersion, and specifically base immersion. Christmas, to me, is all about atmosphere, that festive feeling which you can't escape as soon as it hits mid-November. The atmosphere and general vibe of Christmas is so abstract and hard to pin down, but I think it can be best described with one simple word: cozy. No Man's Sky isn't exactly a cozy game. The vast majority of the experience is spent out in the open, walking across planets, if you minus the base building, so there's never really a feeling of being warm and safe, something which I always associate with Christmas. Take a game like Euro Truck Simulator, for example. The whole game is, funnily enough, simulating driving trucks in Europe. Yeah, who would have guessed? But the game has this weird content feeling to it, a strange sort of comfort where it's just you and your big fucking truck. You drive along huge stretches of beautiful M2 scenery on your trip to somewhere absolutely perfect and beautiful, like fucking Birmingham, and in the process you're experiencing a weird cozy feeling, especially when it's pissing it down and you're snug inside your truck. This strange feeling is something No Man's Sky could nail down quite easily with an immersion focused update released for Christmas. Prime example would be improvements to weather. My biggest pet peeve in No Man's Sky is how storms only exist when you're actually in them. Take this example right here. Now you can see it's pissing it down, there's loads of fog getting kicked up, it looks, generally quite angry and unforgiving, but as soon as you head undercover, this just completely vanishes. And this isn't only a menace in terms of actual gameplay, if you say wanted to see the state of the planet from inside, but it also kills immersion. If Hello Games could fix this and give you the ability to see a huge storm from the comfort of your base, it would really help emulate a cozy kind of feeling. Like imagine just chilling in your gaff, lighting a big doobster and watching a snowstorm blow as hard as a porn star. I don't know about you, but that would somewhat emulate a Christmassy feeling. But other than that, how else would an update like this create that one particular feeling? Well, the next logical step is sound. Instead of having the default eerie kind of ambience from inside your base, why not have it so you can hear the wind howling from outside? Maybe you can even hear some of the lovely animals getting close to each other, or the leaves blowing particularly hard in a storm, or my absolute favourite, being able to hear really strong rain falling on your roof. Being aware of the planet's audio from the comfort of your home would add so much to immersion, but also the content, relaxed feeling often associated with Christmas. I remember back in March when the UK had an absolute ton of snow for absolutely no fucking reason. I was sat in my chair and I listened to Christmas songs. Yes, Christmas songs in March. Alright, it was snowing and it never snows in the UK. And I remember just watching this absolute blizzard roll past outside. And when I was sat in the warm in my chair with a dressing gown on, a bit of Sinatra playing, all whilst watching some super cold storm blow past, it's such a precise, rare feeling that I wish I could experience more, but I probably won't ever experience that unless I live in Norway or some shit. But No Man's Sky can easily do this if Hello Games just added in these extra ambient effects. And of course, to go alongside these, we have some fairly obvious additions. Most of these are smaller ones and again linked to base building. So I think stuff like fireplaces for your base are a given, but also things like maybe better snowy planets with different levels of falling snow. I've mentioned about this in a previous video, I believe, talking about a kind of Battlefield style dynamic weather system where not every storm is the same consistency. It doesn't just appear then disappear. There's actually like a element of chance, maybe even an element of procedural generation to make things just feel a little bit more different. And you could maybe even have snow melt and resettle when storms begin or slow down or completely stop. I'm likely asking way too much here, but it's all necessary for a Christmas themed update. At the end of the day, I've been getting really into base building, and I think that base building fits in very well with the festive season. The idea of being indoors, being in the comfort of your own home, I think it'd be a good opportunity to give us some really festive kind of immersion, but also things like base building parts, fireplaces, maybe even the ability to kill animals, put their heads on a big fucking plaque above the fire, random stuff like that just helps your home feel a little bit cozier. But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling because it's just getting a bit of a mess now, but I just want to say that is, I think, just about everything I can cover in this video. But obviously, my opinion is not set in stone, so guys, please do feel free to put your thoughts on the matter in the comment section of the video. I do just want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then please do feel free to leave a like on it, and if you guys could also subscribe to MZK, then that'd be absolutely fantastic. And as always, I will see you guys on my next video. This is SkintBoot, signing out.